What's up, Amazon sellers? If you are looking for a sign that you should be starting to sell on Amazon or not, do not worry, because today I'm going to go through with you everything that I've learned over my first 6 weeks selling on Amazon, what I did right, what I did wrong, and share with you what you can do to get it better. Stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and I have quite simply been selling on Amazon now for 4 years. I know, 6 weeks, first 6 weeks was a long time ago. But right now I'm on a mission to do £1 million over the next 18 months, and I'll drop a link to a video up there where I talk about that journey and document the whole thing. But enough about me, what can I help you with today? Okay, so number one, I'm going to go through quite simply what I'm doing at the moment in my Amazon arbitrage business. Number two, I want to talk about how I got started in my business. Number three, I want to share with you what I learned over my first few weeks, what happened, what went wrong in my Amazon business. Number four, I want to share with you the top things I think you should be doing in your first 6 weeks in your business to get the most out of it. And then finally, number five, I want to share some top tips and tricks for you to support you in scaling faster, quicker, getting more revenue and profits. Okay, so first things first, what am I doing? Well, quite simply, if you don't know, I do an Amazon business model called Amazon Arbitrage. This is quite simply where we buy from retail stores, predominantly online arbitrage. We'll buy online, we'll buy low, buy cheap, and resell on Amazon at a profit high. A typical example might be like going to, say, Walmart or going to a UK supplier, Asda, for example, buying something for £10 and reselling on Amazon for £20. Now, out of all the costs, the fees involved with that, we might make £2-3 on it. It's not huge, do it enough times, those small £2-3 really start to add up. That is the fundamental level of what I'm doing, buying online from suppliers, retail suppliers, online, and then reselling on Amazon to make money. Now, I pretty much do this remotely, and right now I'm in Mexico, but I have a team in the Philippines who help me do this, and obviously we're on that road to 1 million over the next 18 months. Now, that leads me quite nicely onto how I got started. Now, most people start off doing exactly what we're doing, buy retail stores and continue that way. I did a little bit different. In my previous business that I created, I basically already had what's known as wholesale suppliers opened up. I was doing the wholesale model, i.e. buying from wholesalers, distributors, sometimes even manufacturers directly, and reselling those products onto Amazon. Now, quite simply, I was doing it in what I would probably say was the worst niche you could ever possibly do, IT equipment. Why do I say it's the worst niche ever? Because quite simply, the margins on IT equipment are so small, it just wasn't worth doing. What happened as a result, I changed from doing wholesale over to doing online arbitrage. Why? Because the margins and the profits I could achieve on the products were so much higher. But what I had to learn was that quite simply that business model wasn't working, and I changed to online arbitrage. Now, quite simply, why did I do online arbitrage? Well, I still remember to this day, I was having a conversation with my friend in a co-working space in London, and I just said to him, I said, I'm doing this Amazon business model and it's just not really working. I'm just not making the money that I need to be making. I'm making the revenue, but I'm not making the money. Now, quite simply, he said to me, hey Tom, there must be some other thing you can do, it's a variation of this that will make more money. And he asked me the question, what's selling? And at that point, it was pretty much coming up to Christmas. And I said, well, you know what, Christmas is coming, it's probably going to be toys. And he said, what type of toys sell? And I said, well, Lego. Lego's going to sell pretty well. So what did we do? We had a look at an online retailer. I think it was Tesco at the time. They had big sales on Tesco for Lego. And I was like, wow. I looked at the prices of Lego. And then I also looked at the price of Lego on Amazon. And I was like, my God, there's a lot more money to be made selling Lego than there is selling IT equipment. That was my transition from wholesale IT over to OA, online arbitrage, buying Lego from retailers, and then selling it on Amazon. Pretty much started in toys and games, and then moved out to many other different categories, health and beauty, groceries, lots and lots of different things we sell now. So how were my first few weeks in Amazon? Well, quite simply, when I first started, I was buying from manufacturers, buying from wholesalers, buying from retailers. Now, the one thing I also experimented was kind of like drop shipping, whereby I actually had suppliers who they could ship direct to customers. They were happy to do that for me, but I also put a few of their products onto Amazon just as a test. One of the products I put onto Amazon was actually a fan. And at the same time, it was a heat wave in London. And what happened was that the supplier sold out of fans, didn't realize it. And I had lots of sales in Amazon in one day. I was like, my God, the money is rolling in. This is going to be easy. I went to the seller to ship those products to the buyer. And then quite simply, what happened? So they didn't have any in stock. I had to message all the customers who bought from me and said, I'm really sorry, I can't ship it. We sold out. I'm so sorry about this. Unfortunately, one of my customers gave me a 1-star review. And I was like, oh my God, I've just started selling on Amazon and my first review is 1 star. My account is awful. And I also as well got the warning from Amazon saying your account is at risk because your customer feedback performance is so low. It's like, oh my God, I've just started and now I'm about to lose it all. And at that very moment, I was willing to quit. I was really willing to say, you know what, do I just stop this? Maybe go sell on eBay, do something else. But I didn't. I stuck in there. What did I do? I went to a wholesaler, a manufacturer that we know. I basically went and bought, it's like 300 USB plugs and I shipped them into Amazon and I basically found out how to do seller reviews and I just got myself as many reviews as I could from selling these 300 USB plugs at probably a tiny profit just to get that star rating back up again. Quite simply, I made a mistake and then I had to rectify it, and that was part of my first learning on Amazon, buying from manufacturers. Also as well, not to do drop shipping because I didn't control the distribution, and then finally having to rectify it, buying IT products and shipping them into Amazon to get sales quickly and also reviews. And also I learned about the low margins of those products as well. So quite a nerve-wracking couple of weeks. My Amazon account was at risk and I had a very poor customer feedback and I was willing to quit. I stuck in there and right now we are on a road to do 1 million. So super happy and obviously doing that from Mexico. But yeah, very big roller coaster first couple of weeks. Okay, so that is my first couple of weeks. Question for you guys, how was your first couple of weeks? Let me know in the comments down below what went well, what went wrong. I'd love to hear your story. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, that leads me quite nicely on to number 4. What are the lessons that I have learned from my first few weeks selling on Amazon that I can share with you? What can you learn from my successes and also my failures? Number 1, JFDI. This stands for just do it. Obviously, I'm not going to swear on the channel, but quite simply, this means take action. Every single day, I would find myself, oh, I want to do this, but, and the moment I heard that but, I was like, no, Tom, just do it. JFDI, make it happen. And it's that every single day taking action, and I still do it to this day, that has helped push my business forward. Maybe watching a YouTube video, maybe doing something, thinking about, oh, I should do that. Just do it. Make it happen, JFDI. Now, a top tip for you, if you are in your first couple of weeks, what can I recommend for you to help improve your efficiency to get you better? Quite simply, a really easy methodology that I recommend to people. Monday to Thursday, spend all the time finding deals, buying deals, get them shipped to your house. Friday is prep. Get your shipments created and shipped off to Amazon, and then finally do the administration in the evening or afternoon. Quite simply, 4 days a week, you're doing deal finding, and then 1 day a week, you prep it all, and then you get it shipped out. That's it, super simple, nicely structured, and it helps you facilitate action, JFDI. So my second lesson that I can recommend to you is coming back to bad things are gonna happen, expect them. I told you my first review was a 1-star review. I was ready to quit. I was in the middle of like, oh no. Bad things happen. This is just the nature of doing business. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it, and appreciate that sometimes you don't want that much competition. So quite simply, expect the bad things, be ready for them, and then obviously when they arrive, you're not so upset and you can move on and create actions to overcome them. And it's just part of learning. It's just part of doing business. So expect the unexpected. Okay, lesson number 3, what can you do in your first 6 weeks? Well, quite simply, always be learning. Now, I'm gonna just put a caveat on this. Just-in-time learning is the most important type of learning I recommend. Why? Don't spend your entire first 6 weeks sitting there learning everything about Amazon, learning about all the VAT, learning about taxes, learning about all the other stuff that you need to do. Not worth it. You could spend an entire lifetime learning about Amazon and do nothing. What you're looking to do is only learn what you need to learn right now to take the next step. Everything should be action focused, remember JFDI, but learn exactly what you need to learn to take the next step. Ask in forums, look at YouTube videos, connect with people, ask the right questions, but keep it very small to exactly what you need to know right now to facilitate you moving forward. Don't go and learn everything about Amazon. It's just going to be a waste of time. And you're probably going to have to come back and relearn it anyway, because you'd have forgotten it by the time you actually need to know it. So just in time learning, but also always be learning. Lesson number 4 for me is always be learning what's working in your business. Now, quite simply, if I go back to my analogy, I started doing some drop shipping. It didn't work. I got a 1-star review. Stop doing that. It's not working. I started buying some electrical IT equipment, USB plugs. It worked. It got me reviews, but it didn't get me the profits that I needed. So then I looked at maybe selling Lego, and what did I learn? I learned that I now started getting the profits. So I was constantly testing new things, and when I found something that worked, I kept doing that. The top tip for you, always be looking at what's working. Okay, so lesson number 5, don't reinvent the wheel. Now, in my journey, when I first started, I started building software, I started doing all these extra things, and you know what? It just wasn't worth it. It was a waste of my time, waste of my energy. It really wasn't. What I should have done is I should have listened to what other people are saying, how they run their business, and just copy them. Quite simply, copy. Do not reinvent the wheel. Keep it simple. Copy what other people are doing, and it works. There's a reason why the business model works, because it just works. Yes, it might not be the best business model straight away, but once you do the basics, you can then improve upon that. But first things first, just understand how everyone else does it and then learn from there. Don't reinvent the wheel from day one. Okay, lesson number 6, stop comparing yourself to everyone else. Quick thing you got to realize, if you're on the groups, if you're on the forums, even if you're looking at my YouTube channel, my journey isn't the same as your journey, and the length of time that I've been selling on Amazon isn't the same length of time that you've been selling on Amazon. Now, if I just give you a good example, everything you see on Facebook groups, YouTube, is probably going to be a highlight reel. It's going to be they're happy about it, their successes. They're going to post them publicly because they want to celebrate. Rarely do you see anyone, if at all, post the negative side. Now, if I give you a really good example, and it's not to say this is a bad thing, this is me internally, what do? A very good friend of mine, Mr. Luke Dugan, I have met him. Back in Q4, he posted this, which is a post about him doing £200,000 in probably only 18 days over Q4. I was like, oh my God, that's my entire Q4 revenue you've done in 18 days. That made me feel that maybe my business wasn't as successful. But you know what? I'm not on the same journey as him. I'm not doing the same things. He is super successful and I'm so proud of him for what he's done. It's my bad for comparing myself. We're on different journeys. So for you, don't look at other people. Don't compare yourself to them. Quite simply, just live your own journey. Make your own successes and share those successes. Don't compare to everyone else. Okay, so the first 6 weeks of selling on Amazon can be daunting and it's hard work. But the one thing that you always need to make sure you're doing is finding leads to buy that you can resell on Amazon to make revenue and ultimately profits. That is a fundamental part of selling. You need to have things to sell. Now, let me introduce you to FastTrackFBA Leads. This is quite simply a service I created whereby we've got a team of VAs going out there looking for arbitrage leads that you can buy and resell on Amazon. What do we do? 7 days a week, my team are looking for all the arbitrage opportunities from suppliers that we know, and quite simply, they are putting them onto the FastTrackFBA website where you can see every single one of them, look at the profits, the ROIs, the competitions, every bit of information you need. And what do? You quite simply buy tokens from us and you use those tokens to exchange for the leads that you want. You only buy the leads that you're going to be buying. And if you've got any problems, you can get a refund, super simple. And we've got special leads that we believe are ungated for new sellers to help new sellers out in their business as well. Have a look at FastTrackFBA Leads down below. Really simple, helps grow your business and helps get you over those first 6 weeks. Now, that leads me nicely on to number 5, my top tips for any new Amazon sellers. And I'll keep it simple because I just want to help you out in these first couple of weeks. First things first, take action every single day. JFDI, I cannot stress that enough. Action creates results. Take action. Number 2, expect the unexpected. Things go wrong, you miss deliveries, you order the wrong item isn't profitable. This is just part of business. Take it as a learning, move on, keep on going. You know you're going to get the results. Number 3, just-in-time learning. Yes, there's a lot to learn, but only learn what you need to learn right now to take the next step. Don't learn any more than that. And then number 4, keep it simple. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't go off on a tangent and try and create software. Just find the business model, do it. Very, very simple, do that. It's boring, but it creates results. And at the end of the day, we want results. Okay, so what I will say is hopefully you've liked this content. And if you have, can you give me a big thumbs up? I really do appreciate a thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like these, what I will say is do hit that subscribe button, because I'm putting out this content all the time. It's just going to help you grow your Amazon business. What I will also say is if you are just getting started on Amazon and maybe you're doing your first 6 weeks, I talked about just-in-time learning. What I'm going to recommend is there's going to be a playlist around here for the Arbitrage for beginners. It's the right videos that you need to know just for starting on Amazon. It's going to help you out. None of the advanced stuff, just the things that are going to really help you out. So watch that playlist, it's going to really help you. But what I will say, for me, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.